I filmed this entire long YouTube episode, and now I need to squeeze every bit of mileage out of it across every platform. The main issue is that it's shot wide in 16.9. The file is absolutely massive, and my phone exported the initial capture as a .mov, which some platforms just don't love. So the mission is clear. Turn it vertical 916, shrink the file without murdering the quality, and get it into a friendly MP4 format. And all of this needs to happen fast. Normally, achieving all that means juggling 4 different apps and quite literally wasting a whole afternoon. But there is actually a way to make the entire process enjoyable. First off, we absolutely have to talk about the aspect ratio, because that 16.9 YouTube format simply won't cut it for TikTok or Reels. You could manually reframe everything in Premiere or CapCut, but that process takes forever, and you still have to manually track faces when the subject moves. However, this particular tool has this incredible auto-crop and auto-track feature that uses powerful AI to keep your subject perfectly centered in the shot. You just upload your horizontal master file, select a 916 preset for your target platform, and the AI automatically tracks your face and repositions the crop as you speak. This ensures the most important parts of the shot always remain visible in frame without you having to micromanage every single second of footage. Now let's tackle the next major obstacle, the intimidating file size. My raw file was huge, we are talking multiple gigabytes, and uploading that sheer volume to socials or cloud editors is just deeply annoying. You could use standalone tools like HandBrake or UniConverter just to compress and convert to MP4, but those are separate steps that don't solve the initial crop issue. With this one tool, you can set all your export settings for social-friendly MP4s right while you are exporting that new vertical crop. That means you can compress it down to a sensible file size that still looks incredibly crisp on a phone screen while outputting the correct codec in one single go. No separate compression application, no separate conversion step. It is genuinely those little things that save you hours every week. But here is the part of this workflow that I actually absolutely love and look forward to every time. The software doesn't stop at just format conversion and cropping. It can automatically find the absolute best moments buried inside your long video. I'm talking about those perfect laughs, the bold statements, or the parts guaranteed to hook a viewer in those critical 3 to 10 seconds. Think of this as having an AI editor that intrinsically knows what kind of content is likely to actually perform well on the feed. Instead of scrolling endlessly through 30 minutes trying to decide on your clips, the AI surfaces the best highlights for you instantly. It even suggests optimized clip lengths tailored specifically for each different platform, which is huge for creators striving for consistency without burning out. So let's talk practically about my walkthrough. I dropped that heavy MEOV file directly into the tool. The system immediately scanned the entire video, detected all the faces and motion cues, and then generated a series of suggested short clips. From there, I simply picked the clips I liked best, set the aspect ratio globally to 916, and selected an MP4 export preset perfectly optimized for Reels and TikTok. I also set a target file size so the output would be small enough to upload really quickly but maintain a sharp visual quality. The final export took just a few minutes, depending on the original video length, and the result was amazing. We got clean, face-centered, perfectly vertical clips that looked like I had painstakingly cut them in Premiere, but in only a tiny fraction of that total time. One of the massive advantages here is the ability to perform true batch processing on your content backlog. If you have a whole folder of long videos waiting, this tool can churn out tens of short clips in one single, dedicated session. Compare that to mobile editors like CapCut, where you are still forced to do every single clip completely manually, which gets tedious fast. While CapCut is fantastic for quick on-the-go edits, managing dozens of pieces for different platforms with it is genuinely clunky on a desktop. Adobe Premiere Pro certainly gives you total control, but it is expensive for many, and honestly overkill if your only goal is fast, short viral content. This intelligent solution sits perfectly in the sweet spot. Smart enough to select good clips, yet simple enough to scale your output massively. Another major reason I'm leaning heavily on this approach is the auto-schedule and built-in content calendar feature. Once your short clips are perfected, you don't have to go through the chore of uploading each one by hand to every platform. You set a consistent posting frequency, like 3 times per week, and the system schedules them across all your channels automatically for you. Inside that calendar, you can visually preview every post, drag to rearrange the order, tweak captions, and then let it publish on schedule. This is genuinely what saves creators the most time. You move from being reactive to proactively queuing up a whole month of content in one go. Now, to be completely fair, other tools do handle certain parts of this job quite well on their own. UniConverter and HandBrake are solid workhorses if you only need compression and format conversion done reliably. HandBrake is free and reliable, if you enjoy tinkering with detailed settings, and UniConverter offers a very nice interface for batch conversions. But neither of those standalone converters will auto-detect your next viral moment, nor will they schedule and post the content for your channels. Premiere remains the absolute king of detailed creative control, but it carries a significant price tag and a very steep learning curve for beginners. Simpler mobile editors are handy and cheap for quick fixes, but they still demand that manual editing for every single clip you want to publish. The real value proposition of this solution is the seamless combination of AI discovery, automated formatting, and a full publishing pipeline. For any creator trying to repurpose long-form videos into consistent short-form posts, that integrated combo is both a massive time saver and a proven growth hack. You maintain your core creative voice, while the smart automation handles all of those repetitive, boring, administrative editing parts for you. Here are a few quick tips from my own testing. Always upload your absolute highest quality master file, because the AI thrives on clean source material. Second, make sure you use the specific platform presets like TikTok or Instagram during export, so the resulting clip perfectly matches platform norms. Third, never be afraid to go in and manually trim the AI's picks, because it is incredibly fast to adjust a suggested intro frame or slightly shorten a clip. Remember, the AI is merely suggestive and not bossy. Ultimately, you are always the one who remains fully in control of the final product. Finally, batch all of your exports and schedule them together. Spend one focused hour, and you effectively have a stack of content ready for several weeks. I also really appreciate how this system elegantly handles the crucial step of adding captions and metadata. It can auto-generate captions for accessibility, and for that crucial silent autoplay experience on social feeds, which is essential today. Other apps might do this, but here it's tied directly into the clip generation flow, so you avoid that export then re-import loop entirely. The exported MP4 files look remarkably great when viewed on modern smartphones, which is the primary viewing environment. I ran several side-by-side comparisons between the original long file and the compressed vertical clips, and you truly don't lose the visual impact unless you compress way too hard. If you are paranoid about file sizes for uploads, the tool gives you fine-grained control over both the target size and the bitrate, letting you choose your perfect balance. Finally, thinking about pricing. If you are just a casual hobbyist, those free tools might be perfectly sufficient for your occasional clip. But if your goal is serious channel growth and pushing out multiple short clips every single week, the time saved here pays for itself extremely fast. Tools like Premiere are amazing for deep projects, but they demand too much money and too much time for this specific repurposing job. The simpler converters simply fail to solve the crucial content discovery problem that creators struggle with daily. This solution hits that perfect middle lane by offering smart automation without forcing you to sacrifice any creative control over the final cut. So, instead of spending half a day manually reframing, compressing, converting, and scheduling, my new process is completely different. I upload the master, let Vizard auto-detect the best moments, set the export to 916 MP4 for TikTok, compress it down, and cue everything to post automatically. The entire workflow turns my single long-form video into a stack of ready-to-post shorts in just a tiny fraction of the time I used to spend. If you are a creator who regularly repurposes long videos, this new method will fundamentally change how you approach content production. You get to keep all the enjoyable creative work, the filming and the scripting, while outsourcing the repetitive editing to smart, reliable automation. That means significantly less grunt work, allowing you to focus on posting more frequently and ultimately gaining much wider reach. If you want to try speeding up your own video repurposing workflow dramatically, check out the tool and see if this style fits your creative needs. And hey, if you found this detailed breakdown helpful, please remember to hit that like button and subscribe so I can keep sharing tips on creating content smarter, not just harder. Thank you so much for watching all the way through this comprehensive guide, and I will definitely catch you all in the very next video.